And then Nara's here too. Hello, Nara. You okay? Oh. All right. So we're just going to start standing right where we are. And we're going to spread those toes wide. Hi, Eloise. Hi, Kay. Hi, everybody who's physically here. Good. And we're just going to inhale, lift the shoulders up, exhale, let them float down. So I don't want you to do this. We're inhaling up. I don't want you to exhale, push down, right? Because that is everything the opposite of what we've been working on this week, right? We've been working on really being able to keep the ground pressed away and the pelvis pulled up away from the ground, right? So see if you can just gently roll through those shoulders, keeping that idea of feet one way, the rest of you the other way. Good. Nice breath in. Good. And one more. Yes. Fantastic. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great, Nora. Where is she? If you think of it, one of my goals this year is to put a web page on my website. People always ask me for referrals. And I have an old list of podiatrists that people liked and one of massage therapists. And I'd like to update it and put it like a community referral page, place things that people like. Because my studio, we're doing that right now. We're sharing who we like physical therapist wise and body worker wise. And we can add your person to the mix. Good. Good. Arms forward, palms up, pull back. Oh, that's nice. Good. Oh, fantastic. Nara sent us. What's her name? Kendall Sweeney. Okay. Chiropractor. Up, palms up. Good. Oh, nice. So keep driving into those feet, everybody, as we open up. That's it. Press. There we go. Good. And one more. Up. Press through your feet. Lift your hips out of them. That's it. Good. Not lift your chest out of them. Right? That's different. Lift your hips and then lift your spine. Okay. So maybe we should take that to a wall. Can everyone find a bit of wall space? Even if it's just a pillar or the edge of a doorway. And you're just going to back yourself up between your plants and find your wall. And then I want you to purposely bend into a bow. Put your low ribs at your wall. Good. Now push your ground away with your ball of your foot and your heels. Good. And keep that low rib against the wall. You might feel that your upper back curls away from the wall a little bit. Right? So Franny, where are your low ribs? They're down here. This is your mid back up here. I want you to purposely take those low ribs and push them back against the wall. Notice I still have a curve here. My lumbar is still curved. I'm just asking you to get your abs on and bring them back here. And not just Franny, everybody. That's it. Good. We're softening the intensity of it, right? And we're getting the abs to hold it. See, there's curve right here. So some of us walk around. What's that? You do what? You can walk your feet further away, Nara. Yeah. So the more ample booty you have, you can walk your feet a little further away. But I want you to watch out for tucking. And this goes for everybody, right? The goal is to press ball of your foot and heel while you feel this rib pulled back so that you can feel yourself lengthen up. And you can see I go in and go out. I'm not giving up the curve. I'm just softening it, neutralizing it. right? So that we end up over our body. That makes sense? Yeah, okay, good. Margie, I see you. Fantastic. Yeah, good. Okay, so if you feel like you have a sense of where that is, then step away from your wall, do it again. So Eloise and Kay, when you're at your wall, I want the two of you to watch out for that tuck. You're gonna just hold your pelvis and bring your ribs back. Even if it means you have to put a hands on you like this, pulling one up and one down. It's good that both of you are on replay at the same time because similar movement styles. Good, all right. Yes, that's it, right? So imagine that wall, drive through your feet. You might feel more lift now through the front of you than you do if you're out here. Same thing with my tuckers. If you untuck and get your ribs over, you might feel more lift through the back of your leg, like the hams are pulling upward. Makes sense? Yep, and we're just breathing. We're looking for that sensation. And if you want to go a little extra, then you can find it. Keep one arm reaching to the sky as you windmill around. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Reach down in the opposite direction. Good, that's it. And try the other way. Reach up through your spine, down through your feet. The arms, the movement here is a distraction from what we're trying to do here. Good. That's it. I love you guys thinking. Good. That's it. Where are your ribs? Did you pop them to lift your arms? Then lower your arms till you can get them back in place. Right, that was the whole point of us getting at the walls, feeling how we move. Good. Yes. Nice. And then you can let yourself come all the way back down. Hands to your sides, palms forward. Inhale, exhale, push your hands away from you while you sit. Inhale, exhale, back up. When your arms come up, Chinda especially, turn your head to the side gently. Don't force anything. Gently turn the other way and back to center. Good. And sit again. Press. Good. Drive into your feet. Pull. Good. And then turn. So again, alignment matters. If I'm trying to turn my head here, it's going to be very stiff. Won't go very far. If I stack myself up, then I have a lot more range of motion. I can practically get my chin to my shoulder. Yeah. Ugh. Even with my messed up neck. You're not messed up. I love you, neck. Okay. Good. Oh, is that you, Lovey? That's me. I saved your mat. Oh, Mark had to take the dog to the vet, so he's hoping he would make it back in time. Hi, big boy. How was the vet? Is he a good boy? Good. All right. Feel good? Oh, I stopped sitting, didn't I? So thinking about your next. All right. So on this next one, let's stay down here. We're going to step back with one foot. Just extend it back as far as you can. So now you should be in a straight ski slope line here. Pull it back under. Keep the spine line. Step back. Bring it under. So we're not giving this line up, right? From the top of your head down to the tip of your tail. Can you keep? Yeah, that's it. Good. Now we're not going to rotate. We're just going to add the opposite arm reaching back and in. So no rotation. We're staying square. Good. Yeah. No rotation. Just stay square. So we're learning to hinge and hinge, right? Hinge just at the arm. And, oops, wrong one. That's it. Good. That's it. Good. Can I see one more each side? I'm just watching you. Good. There we go. Good. All right. Then drop your hands to your knees. You can put your hands on thighs if you'd like. Round up through that spine. And then round those shoulders back into place. Good. Okay, good. Let's take ourselves into a curtsy step. So right foot behind your left. Is there any reason someone can't do this one? Is that us? I don't think there's anybody in this group today. Balance. Okay, balance. So we're stepping behind. You're welcome to hold on to anything. And I want you to pause here. Lift up through your center without letting your hips lift, right? They're not going to move in space. They're just going to come off your leg bone a little bit. Yep, you should feel that little lift through your front. Good. And then we're just going to step back to home. We'll alternate to the other side. So behind, pull yourself up as you allow your joints to bend. Good. Inhale, exhale, stay there, letting yourself lift out of your leg. Good. And then all the way back to home. Good. Behind and down, pull yourself up. That's it. Good. Stay there. Good. To home, draw those legs together. Good. Another side. Good. That's it. Hold yourself up. Don't sit in those legs, right? We're lifting from them. Good. And then all the way up. Good. We're going to add some arms. So imagine you're holding a circle. We're going to take a foot behind. You're welcome to grab it if that's better for you. Rotate to the side. Good. Inhale, take your arms up, lifting your spine with them. Exhale down and all the way back to center. Other side, inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, hips drop, spines lift. Good. And all the way to center. Good, yeah. If you don't have a circle but you feel like something would be useful, you can grab anything that you can hold about shoulder width apart. Good, all the way up. So I'm going to show you me not lifting up my spine. I look pretty upright, but here's me lifting the pelvis out of the leg. Not lifting, lifting. Yeah, that's coming foot to spine, not just the back. That's it. See if you can find that in your body. Foot to spine versus just my spine. Foot to spine, just my spine. Good. Is this the last one? This will be the last one over here. That's it. Good. And all the way up. Good. All right. Open into parallel. Swan dive. So palms pushing up to the sky. Good. Press out and back. Opening up those collarbones. Good. Pull your tail away. Then tuck your chin. Hands to the shins. And round your spine up. Pulling your tail down as your pubic bone pulls up. Pushing the ground away. Good. Sweep it back up again. Inhale and exhale. Drop. Good. Good. And then chin to the chest. Hands to the shins. Good. Pull your pubic bone up, up, up. Good. Sweep it up. Good. One last time. Good. From here, we're going to be rounding down to the mat all the way, walking our hands out. So I'm going to grab a mat so my legs don't blend in. And I'll meet you down there on the mat. Once you get down, you can walk those hands out towards your plank. That's it. Yes, okay. I love it that Chin is at the wall because from the wall, she can check. Is she starting from already a disadvantaged position and then trying to roll? No, because she's got that wall. She's pulling back to the wall, lifting up it, right? And then getting maximum length in her curvature, right? Being able to bend without grinding your vertebrae together. That's ideal. Good. So once you're out to your plank, I want you to push yourself forward onto your fingers. Of course, you're welcome to be on forearms instead. You're going to find your fingers and try to grab hold of the ground. Like you're trying to scoop up a piece of dirt, right? Grab it. That's it. Good. Nice. Then you can lower yourself toward a push-up. Exhale, hug your armpits in as you press away from the ground. Inhale as you go down. Exhale, push away. See if you can notice which arm you tend to fall into mostly. Right, so if I'm honest, I kind of go down into my right and then push back up. See if you can get a little more centered. That's it. And we're only going for about 6. So if you get to 4 and you're like, ooh, the next one will be messy, then you can rest at 4. But if you get to 6 and they're all beautiful and controlled, why not sneak in a number 7? Why not? All right. Feet come in front of us. Arms nice and long. Press your heels down and roll yourself down to the mat. Oh, feels good to be laying down. Inhale, exhale, press your heels down. Chinda, you keep your head down today. Everybody else is going to come up into a bow. Yeah, let's see, for you. So you could use your bar here, Chinda. If your head is to the mount, you'd be pushing gently on your bar away from you. That would be just about perfect right there. So anyone else who was smacked by a car door on the side of their head today doesn't feel like coming into bow or shouldn't be coming into bow. Yes, you could hold your bar or your straps and then just gently press forward. You'll get that same activation. Now, if that didn't happen to you, but you happen to have a Pilates stick and you want to use it, you could come into your bow, pressing forward. Franny and Kay, your challenge is to not jam down. I want you to think of keeping your armpit at 90 degrees and just feeling the point of tension right here. So we're not going to try to stand up on those straps or bar. All right, one more, holding it up. Lift your right leg into tabletop. No, I'm sorry, not tabletop. Hover, let it extend all the way out as far as it can. Come all the way down. Big inhale into your back. Exhale, other side. Reach. That's it, reaching as far as you can. Good. And down. First side. So now as you're reaching the lifted leg, what if you're also reaching against the floor, the other leg? I know, let that sink in. You're up, left leg is up, you're reaching the left, and then also pressing down and reaching the right. Good. Try one more each side. Up, reach the one in the air, and then add the one on the ground. Good. This is my last one on the left. I'm reaching that left and pressing down and reaching the right. Good. Yes. Good. And then some of us will feel like, ooh, that comes on just a little bit more intensely up through your middle. That would be great. All right. Heels together. And then inhale, exhale, we're going to come rolling up into bow, legs sliding the heels in, but this time they're going to come in a frog motion. So keeping the feet on the ground, the knees open wide, and we roll up and we pull and we look at those heels right above our pubic bones. Good. And then press back out. Good. And inhale, exhale up. So those of you keeping your heads down, you have the same leg motion, same arm motion. You can pull your elbows down when you're at the top, then put them back up. That's for my people using a strap or a bar here. That makes sense. You can pull. Nora, do you have a TRX at home? You don't have a Pilates stick, is that right? I don't know, I thought Nora had a TRX. Good. Oh, okay. So if on the replay you wanted to use it, I've got a TRX handy here. It's the same idea. It's going to hit the tension point almost at the perfect spot. See, I can't get my arms any further. And so the abs turn on right there. You feel free to play with that. That would be a good one for you and also for Franny. And actually for Chinda too, but she's got her Pilates stick bar, so that works. Okay, so coming up into that bow, we're pulling those feet in. Good. Now you're gonna lift your heels off the mat. You're still in that frog position. Tap your toes down, pull your feet in a little closer. Lift. Good. All right, now make sure it's coming from the thigh, not from your bending knees, right? Some of us will do this and we'll pull in and the knees bend more. I want you to really let the thigh come right up. Squeeze your heels. Good. And one more time. Shh. Good. Put those feet down. Extend them out. Reach over your head. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to that same start position. So legs slide into that frog. legs come up. Now squeeze your legs off the mat, press them away, pull them back in. Add some arms, squeeze, reach those arms overhead. Look, you're in double leg stretch. Ta-da! Good. Can you find those ribs? Pull them to the mat. Good. Last two. That's it. And last one. Good. Bring those legs in. Good. Grab hold of your shins. Let your head down if your head's been up. Turn it side to side if necessary. And then we're going to roll like a ball. So Chinda, I have another option for you. So inhale, exhale, curling on up. You get to rock and roll. Good. And then tuck it in, scoop your head, and then rock back. So Chinda, if the rolling like a ball does not feel good, you can do part of the rollover series with your bar if you want. You tell me what feels like in your body. So you keep that tension, and you might scoot away a little bit. Now you guys in class, the rest of us, you guys are gonna go rolling like a ball, rolling back into rollover. So let me show them real quick, Chinda. Right, you guys know how to do this. You're here, you roll, you catch, extend, open, come back down, pull back together. So there should be a teaser moment right here at the top before you tuck it all back in. Okay? All right. The head down version is with your TRX, your PilatesStick straps, or your Pilates bar. Give yourself a nice bit of tension. Legs up to the sky, press down, and it should help you lift up. Now mine's offset right now, so my butt will turn, but you will have this lovely lat engagement that should help you flip upside down. And with the bar on, your legs can come to the outside of the bar as you come over. Did I get? My abs, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Dinda. Good. That's it. You know, now don't rush that moment, Margie. Find that moment before you curl it in and come back. That's it. Good. Yes, there you go. Find that teaser. Find it. Go! Yes. Good. Okay, now Louise, also finding your teaser. All right, fantastic. Then let's come gently rocking our way back down. We're gonna have tick-tock. So head stay down, legs come up. Some options here, right? Spine minders, pelvis stays still. Spine movers, the pelvis tips onto one side. We're gonna tip, exhale, push the leg back to center, and then we'll do tick-tock alternating, so other side. That's it. Good. So if your neck is stiff, try looking gently the opposite way. So if your leg is going to the right, let your chin stay pointing at your collarbones as you turn your head, and then very easy, bring it back to center. The important thing in that is that you're not pushing your head down. You're not jamming it into the ground. It's very light against the ground. You're looking for ease. Is that Bella? Came. Yeah. You see, Margie's little dog, Bella. Hi, Bella. Hi, cutie. I know. Good. Yeah, and last one. Nice. Then we can bend the knees, come up into our bow. We're going into crisscross. So you can decide how you want to do it. You can go genie box, right? You can do grabbing one leg and giving yourself more pull, right? I ask though that if you do that, which I love, it helps you get that bend, then you let go for a split second before you switch sides, right? Pull, let go. You can do hands behind head. You could do inner thigh push anything that feels necessary in your body today, that's what I want you to pick. Good. Yeah, Cindy, you keep your head down though. We don't want you up and bowed today. Good. Good. Last one on each side. Nice lift, Nara. That last one to your right, really nice lift. Good job. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Then from here, feet open into parallel, heels on the ground. We're just going to peel the spine up off the mat. Inhale, exhale, push both heels down and release the front of you. Let it melt in between your hip bones. Big inhale and then exhale, round down your spine. Oh, see if you can hit every little vertebrae before you set that pelvis down. Good. Inhale, exhale, pubic bone pulls up. We tuck those ribs as we start to roll. Good. Big inhale, exhale. Can you think of length first? So here's me not thinking of length and I'm starting my way down. This is kind of subtle. Here's me starting with length. I'm literally pulling my knees away and pulling my heels under. So not length, length. Not length, length. Ooh, that makes my hamstrings wake up. And then Margie, walk your feet forward on your mat just a little bit. There you go. That's it. Good. Okay, because we're going to be doing a little single leg. Lots of options for your single leg. You could just keep your hips down while you barely hover off the mat, right? Pressing into your left foot. You could lift up into tabletop. For more support, you could keep that on your opposite thigh. And some of us will feel a stretch every time we put the hip down, just depending on how tight we are here. Maybe you warm up with that. But then you can add one of the other variations, including your full leg pull. So we're going to do that on the whole way up, whole way down. Good. All right, can you give me back that sense of length now through your torso and down to the ground on the supporting foot? That's it. Shh. Good. Last one. Nice. Good. Hip comes all the way back down. Feet are back in parallel. Good. And then you decide how you want to attack this thing. Whether it's little lift, little hover, knee on the ankle on the knee, right? Maybe lifting higher. Maybe just enjoying that stretch first. I'm enjoying that stretch. Good. Maybe it's tabletop. Or maybe it's that big leg pull up and down. If you feel like you're not getting very high, take the toe on the supporting foot, lift it off the ground so that you have only the heel as your push point. As you push, pull it toward your butt. That's it. Some of you will feel like a stretch through your adductor a little bit. All right, it helps reorganize where you're pulling from. Others of you are just going to feel your hamstrings and glutes more. Both are correct. Good, and last one. Good, and that comes back to the ground. Nice. Okay, legs extend all the way out. Good, open to the corners, arms to the sky, rolling up to spine stretch forward. So think of your wall, right? You can see that I'm off my wall. This is still my thoracic spine here, my thorax. I gotta bring that part of me down. Good, then we bend, curling up. Good, reaching forward, pulling those abs back. Pulse 3, 2, 1, and then stack up that spine. And we do it again. Abs pull back, and we pulse 3, 2, 1. Stack it up. Good, and one more time. Last one. Good, nice and tall. All right. Coming back onto our back. What did I want you to do? Corkscrew. That's right. So legs come together, rounding our way back. Hands come to the mat. Head stay down. Corkscrew, you have a couple of options. Legs come together toward the ceiling. You can keep your hips still, especially if you are a spine minder, or if you feel like you're somewhat disconnected to your center this morning. Let your hips stay down so you can wake up that deeper visceral sensation. And you're just painting a circle. Inhale down, exhale up. If you're like, no, Mona, I'm connected and ready, then let your hip tip to the side. Inhaling down, rolling around to the other side, push to center and reverse. Inhale down, all the way to that other side, push to center, reverse. That's it. And then of course you can always take that into your bigger roll, pressing up on one side of your body, down that side, and around and up the other side. Good. When you do the replay, watch your feet at the top. They have implications for how you connect to your center, right? So if one foot is always supinating a little bit, that torques your back a little, pulls you back into the sacrum, kind of pushes into it. See if you can get it to stay level as it goes around your circle. That's going to bring you back to the front. And you can see it. Here I'm supinating this leg. You can't see the foot, but it's up. Now if I put that foot down, look what happens to my center. It all just turns back on, right? So just check. The opposite is true also. If you over supinate, you're going to pull forward and get a little higher in your lumbar sacral joint. So trying to find that level place as you move, even in space. Okay. Go. So let's come to our side. Yes, so gently you're on your back, roll onto your side. Feels good. And we get to lay nice and long. Lengthen that top leg, then lengthen the bottom one, right? So that the bottom kneecap pulls off the ground. So the bottom leg is active. Good. Chinda, make sure you have something under your neck. And then, Chinda, you're going to make sure you check, and all of us will too, that we're not pushing our head down to balance, right? Necks are easy. Good. That's it. Pointing up and reaching down. Give me a little double kick. So kneecap on the ground is super important. If I'm pushing down here, now I'm pulling into my back. Kneecap lifted, toe down, that's a different sensation. Might feel wobblier, but also more connected to your middle. Yeah, can you feel the difference? Thumbs up, thumbs down, sorta. Yeah, okay, I got one thumbs up. Good. All right, one is better than none. Good. All right, one more. All right, that leg lifts up and we kick to the front. Exhale, swing it to the back. Pulse, pulse. Woo, tipping over. Good. Kick. Good. And push, push. So if you're used to being able to balance here, and now that I'm asking you to lift that kneecap off the ground and push with your foot, you're feeling like you can't balance. You feel strong, but your balance is off. That's okay, right? Because you're showing your body a new system. So it should feel a little different. Notice where it wants to cheat. So as I go back, my bottom knee wants to bend. It's looking for the old system. I've got to challenge myself to keep it straight and off the ground. Can you feel that? Yeah, yes. That's the baby reflex. So hang on, everybody else, we're gonna do hot potato ovals, both legs off the ground. So top leg makes a little oval shape, keeping that bottom leg up. So Nara has a fun question. If you go forward and your upper body's going back and your toes splay, That's, call it the baby startle response. When you take a step, you're probably in life stepping a little bit with a Barbie foot instead of heel first. So let's see, that's your longer leg, right? Isn't that the, oh yes. Sorry, I'm looking at you trying to figure out which side is usually on the mat. What's that? What did you say, Tinda? Oh, yes, we're done. We're done. Sorry, Mark didn't speak up. Thank you, Chinda. So let's just simply roll over to the other side. Thank you. Yes.
That was in pain.
Mark says he was in too much pain to say anything. All right, so lifting the top leg and then lengthening the bottom knee off the mat, right? So that the bottom foot is pressing the side of that foot down. That's it, good. Yeah. Oh, your shoulder, Margie, I forgot because you're not wearing your sling. You're not wearing your sling. Is that comfortable to be there? So Margie, can you lift yourself up and then lay slightly down on your chest? So you're going to be in a little bit of rotation, like when we do those mermaid lifts. You're still going to get your glute. You can let your hip open backwards. Yeah, is that better? Okay, good. And then everybody else is still reaching. Okay, Eloise, bottom knee up off the floor, foot pushing down. Good. Yep, good. Nara, can you lengthen this leg on the ground? There you go. Good. Good. Okay, then we're going to take that kicking front and back. So we kick to the front. Exhale, take it to the back. Good. And to the front. Exhale to the back. This is where I feel the wobbliest. Like on a good day, I can do this. But now that I'm really focusing here, I can feel how I want to buckle in my back, right? So if you're like me, notice the changes in response to movement changes. Does that make sense? We've changed how we're stabilizing. See if you can come back to your body and master that. Good. Good. Neck's easy, right? We're not pushing our head down hard. It's just there. Good. And last one, both legs lift, and then we make our ovals up, up, and back. So the oval is front to back, making a little circle. Bottom leg is off the mat, and it's really reaching. The top leg is going to be our cranky, loud distraction. The bottom leg is where we're really going from. So because I completely lost track on the first side, you're going to have to go by feel when you need to reverse and when you need to stop. Yeah. And you can decide, is it the top leg that makes it have to stop, or is it the bottom leg? The top leg, I know. God, this top leg. Good. Wow. Nice. Last one for me. Whew. Good. All right, then we get to gently roll over onto our bellies. For swan, I'm going to swing around so I can still watch you. It's okay, sorry. I know. Long. All right, so baby swan. First, lift those kneecaps. Feel the glutes turn on, and then float that sternum off the mat. Inhale, lengthen that head like someone's pulling you upward and across the floor in the most gentle, loving way, and then down. So I'm going to show you, because a lot of us just want to bend backwards. But if I grabbed Mark's head, can you see his head right here? And I pulled it toward me. I'm not pulling it up here. I'm pulling it up on a diagonal with his body, right? Yes, Franny, I see that difference. Very nice. Chinda, let your... I wonder, like, what do we do about your shoulders? Let them open a little. There you go. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Then, yes, nice. Nara, good. Now keep thinking about your upper back. So imagine bending from your bra band up, not from that low rib up. So even above it. That's where you're going to find your length. Yes. Do you feel how your legs kicked in a little to help? Beautiful. Good. And then Margie, face down there. Is that okay on your shoulder? Okay. All right. All right. So then keep that idea as you lift that upper back higher, pressing into your hands. Good. So now are you pushing your head back or are you pulling it away from your toes? Lift your throat, lift your throat, lift your throat. That's even more, Franny. Lift that throat up. Now tuck your chin, but keep lifting your throat. Remember, your throat's not the same as your head. I know. Let me show you side view. Here's your head. And I said lift your throat. Your throat stayed down and you started lifting your head. Here's your head again. Here's my throat lifting, right? This piece of me versus this piece of me. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, now lift that throat. Like someone's trying to get around you to put a necklace on the front of you, right? Pull that throat up. Good. And then once you're at the top and your throat is lifted as far as it can, we're going to do a neck roll. Just easy dropping the head, letting yourself roll the head to one side, back to center, keeping your throat up, and other side. So we're not falling. We're just very easy letting the head move on its axis while we look down. It's a different feeling than when we drop the whole head down. Good. Yeah, and then lower that back down. Good. No, so the variation, so normally we let it come all the way down there. Today it's not that, it's more about the axis of your head. So if you think about your chin actually trying to go along your neck, close. From a grandstand, maybe, yeah. Like if you were sitting up high and looking down. So why? Why do we do that? We've talked about head turning, right? Some of us translate the skull almost off of the spine and pinch underneath the axis here and then turn the head. Here we're practicing being able to keep the head over the spine as we go, because right, the spine comes up in the middle. Not in the middle exactly, but you know what I mean. All right, go ahead and sit back in a child's pose. Give yourself a stretch, let your head be easy. I hope that makes sense, everybody. If you have questions about that, let me know. So 2 variations to that neck roll. But I think in our modern society, we need more of that. The one we did today. All right, then we'll be coming on to all fours for body balance. We're gonna warm up with 2 on each side. And then I want you to drop your hip and do it with a dropped hip or in a full plank for 2 more on each side. Okay, so you'll be going at your own pace, lifting, holding for an inhale and exhale, and then coming back down. When it comes time to drop your hips, tuck those elbows in. Then you're gonna do the same thing. Lift the leg off the mat, lift the opposite arm. It won't feel as balanced, right? You should feel a little tippier. Or same thing if you were to lift in your full plank, right? So when you get to that full plank, you're gonna push yourself onto those fingers, hold the ground, and lift. Good. And then Chinda, I don't want you doing anything past this version that you're doing right now today, because I think you'll end up tensing your neck. That's it, Nara. Okay, so with those hips down, Nara, I want you to set your ribs in first. So picture a wall behind you, then lift your arm. It might feel like it drops your leg a little, and that's okay. Yep, tuck your rib, tuck your rib, tuck your rib. That's it, girl. Now drop your hip more. That was great finding your rib. See if you can push your hip forward more. That's it, good. It's harder? Yeah, right? So if I tell Nara to pull in her ribs, you pull in your ribs too. And vice versa. If you hear me tell Mark to pull in his ribs, Nara, you pull in yours. You're rib twins on this move. All right. Then we'll come up into side bend. Remember, the side bend in Pilates is a side plank. Sometimes it's called the mermaid plank just because we start in this mermaid sit. If you know your variation, you go right to it. The full thing is starting in that knee bend, lifting up, woo, and bending over, pulling your hips to the sky and pushing the ground away with your arms, right? So that's your whole motion, coming down to your sit and then all the way up. Of course, you could do that with your feet staggered, the top foot in front, lifting up. And then once you're up, get the back heel down. A lot of people will stay on their tippy toe, put that heel down. Yeah. And then other options, staying on knees or side bending into the ground. Right? Lifting your waistline up. Then just be careful with the side bend into the ground. Neck is easy. So if you need to, hold your head as you side bend. Literally give it this easeful place so that the work is staying in the torso. Can you feel that? That should help take some of the pressure off. That's it, good. And then now bring that right hand in a little bit if you can. It doesn't have to be all the way underneath you because when we lift, we should end up pushing over it. If that right shoulder will let you. If you feel like you got 4 good efforts that you're happy with, then feel free to come around to the other side. Hi, is it sunny but cold? I'm so sorry. He's so disappointed. And wet. I know. Yeah, so where are we? Good. Let's see if you can come down to your hover. Try not to rest all the way down. That's it. Good. Hi. Keep going. Good. Yeah. Nice. When you get through your sets, we're going to sit on our back side for a little leg pull back, which means the work is coming from the back of us. Those of you who don't want to be on your hands, you can put your forearms up on a low bench, or you can be down here on your forearms. If you're on your forearms, I would advise starting with first a little hover just to get your fists waking up. Chinda, if you can be on your hands, it would actually be better for you today for your neck than for you to be down low. Margie, can you put that much weight on your shoulder? Okay. Okay, so you do very gentle there. Good. And then Mark's already going into a leg pull. Yay, Mark. So whatever you're doing, think about if you could give yourself a little leg pull. So here's that seated soldier, right? My butt is down. Here's me in a hover, right? And then here's me in the bigger lift. Yeah, good. And then see if you can get about 4 on each side where you keep pressing through your hands, right? Keep pressing through your hands and your heels. Good. Nice job. Good. And then if you've gotten those guys, then you can sit upright. And we're going to round back. Sorry, hang on. We're going to take our right ankle over our left. And we're going to roll back, swing those legs overhead. Once you're upside down, flip your ankles, roll all the way back up, and then up to teaser. So now I've got my left over right. Good. Rounding back. Switch your ankles all the way up and up to teaser. Now, if that's fine for you, then let's add on the boomerang arms. So instead of arms up to teaser, you're going to reach back here. When you roll, hands come down, switch your ankles. When you come up, hands come behind you, press. Yeah? Forward, up, switch, behind you, press. Good. This makes my quads cramp. I know, good. Just as much as your shoulder will let you, good. And then on your next one, when you're up, stay up. We're gonna let ourselves come into a mermaid sit. Remember, you're welcome to sit up on some elevation. That's a-okay. Me and Kay are gonna get our hips down. So if you've got your right one in front, this left one has to stay down. We're gonna take ourselves nice and tall, lift your throat up into your fingers, and then side bend, pulling yourself up and away from this hip. It's trying so hard to come down to the ground. Good. And then back up. Good. So go toward your right. If this is your right, I'm your mirror. Good. That's it. Some of you will find it easier to keep that hip down if you also pull this heel down on the left side. Some of you rotate the heel up. That forces your hip forward. See if it's comfortable for your knee to pull it down. Good. And one more. Good. Next one, we're going to stay in our tip. Good. Rotate to the side. Tuck your ribs in. Pull that right elbow back as far as you can. Come back to the side. Good. Come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Tip. Good. Keep your line as you rotate, tucking the ribs in, pulling that right elbow way back. Look at it go. Good. Back to the side and up. Good. And one more. Tipping to your right, rotating to your right, pausing to pull your right elbow out to the side and back. Good. And then to the side. This time, come all the way down. Reach overhead. Rotate to the ground. And then back to the side. Use your hand on the ground to help lift you with some energy to the other side. Reaching upward. We're trying. Yes, the whole time we're trying to keep that hip in place. Yep. All right, let's flip it around. And we'll coop. Okay, hands behind head. Sit on that sits bone, and you can see when I do, this leg pops up, right? That's just my cross tightness. So you might have similar. All right, we side bend, pulling that down. Good, lifting back up. Good. That's it. Good. Abs up into your thumbs. Pull them up towards your thumbs so that your throat lifts up. Good. Good. And one more. Come on, watch that hip. Good. And then rotate away. Now I'm going to your left. So I'm going to pull that left elbow open more. Come back to the side and up. Side bend, scooping those abs. Rotate. Keep tucking into your left as you rotate. Back to the side and up. Good. Two more. Side bend. Tuck and rotate. That's it. And up. Last one. Keep your line. We're just tucking in, right? Tuck it in. Not pulling your head down. Keep your head up in those hands, guys. Good. And to the side. I know. And then all the way down to that shoulder. Good. Reach it over your head. Good. Let this hip fall away. Good. And then rotate toward the ground. Now, if the hip came with you, mine rolled right over. I'm going to try to pull it back. Good. And then back to the side. Nice and long. Good. Use the hand on the ground to help you come up. Good. And then all the way to the other side. Good. All right, hand to the ground behind you. Set your shoulders. You can press down and just lift up, or you can actually lift your hips if you like. So hips up, push them forward. Now pull your spine away from your knees. Keep it as keep your upper body as if it's holding on to a bar while you lower the rest of you down. Good. And then we'll just flip to the other side, do the same thing. So hand behind you, you can press and push, or you can actually push your hips up while you push. And I want you to think of your spine reaching toward your hand. Your hand is grabbing onto something. And then pull your hips away from that. All the way down. And that should feel good. We're going to tip forward so that we can put our hands on the floor. Open up your feet and then push your hips up to the sky. Press back on that mat. Good. Walk those hands in. Good. And then when you're ready, round up your spine, but make sure your head is first loose, right? Don't try to lead from the back of your neck. Let the back of the neck be long. And then press up through your feet. Good. And then round those shoulders. Nice. Find your feet lifting up away from those feet. Good. Inhale and exhale. Open wide. Good. Pull elbows in. Head drops. Easy. So you can see everything dropped with it. So if you're like me, we're going to do it again. Keep our spines long and just let the head have a drop. Let it roll to the other side. And it rolls, as it rolls back to the first side, pull the opposite arm down. And as it rolls back to the second side, pull that opposite arm down. And then let it come to center. Good. Drive through those feet as you sweep those arms up. Good. Rotate palms out. Hinge. Pushing back. Feel the shoulder blades turn on. Good. Drop your head. Good. Exhale through the feet. Round your spine up. Push the ground away. Good. Sweep it up one more time. Feel your length. Lifting the pelvis up. Good. And hinge. That's it. Good. Drop your head. Hands. Good. And drive through the feet as you round up. Ragdoll this time. Arms easy. Stacking that spine up. Good. And just stand and breathe 3 breaths with me. Eyes can be closed. Big inhale into the sides of your ribs. If you want to put hands there, you can. Good. And one more. Good. Nice job. Look at us all so powerful. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah.